At 78, Sally Field has finally chosen to reveal the truth about her relationship with Robin Williams, a truth layered with affection, regret, and the kind of honesty that comes only with age. Born Sally Margaret Field on November 6, 1946, in Pasadena, California, she grew up in a household closely tied to the entertainment industry. Her mother, Margaret Field, was an actress, while her stepfather, Jock Monty, was a well-known actor and stuntman. Surrounded by this vibrant Southern California culture, Field was introduced early to both the glamour and the struggles of a life in show business. That environment helped nurture her artistic sensibilities while also grounding her in the reality that success in Hollywood was anything but easy. Her rise to fame came swiftly in the 1960s when she starred in the television sitcom Gidget. From 1965 to 1966, the show lasted just one season, but her portrayal of the energetic and relatable teenager made her a household name. She followed with another defining role in The Flying Nun from 1967 to 1970, where she played Sister Bertrill, a quirky young nun who could literally take flight. Though whimsical and often limiting, the series showcased her natural charm and comedic timing, cementing her as one of television's most beloved young stars. Yet deep down, Field knew she wanted more. She wanted to break away from the light-hearted stereotypes that threatened to define her forever, determined to be seen. As a serious actress, she began training at the famed Actors Studio under Lee Strasberg. That determination led to a career-altering moment in 1976 when she starred in Sybil, playing a young woman with dissociative identity disorder demanded extraordinary emotional depth, and her fearless performance earned her an Emmy, transforming her reputation overnight. The late 1970s and 1980s became Sally Field's golden years. In 1979, she stunned audiences with her performance in Norma Rae, portraying a working-class woman-turned-labor activist, a role that won her the Academy Award for Best Actress. Just 5 years later, she claimed her second Oscar for Places in the Heart, delivering a moving acceptance speech with the famous line, "You like me. Right now, you like me." Beyond awards, she brought warmth, relatability, and strength to every role. From Smokey and the Bandit in 1977, to Steel Magnolias in 1989, to the iconic Mrs. Doubtfire in 1993, and Forrest Gump in 1994, she left indelible marks on audiences across generations. She thrived on television as well, earning an Emmy for her role in Brothers and Sisters, and she excelled on stage, earning praise for her work in The Glass Menagerie. Even in her 70s, she continued to deliver powerful performances, including her acclaimed role as Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln in 2012. But Sally Field's story is not only about her career. Her personal life has been equally layered with love, heartbreak, resilience, and motherhood. In 1968, she married Stephen Craig, with whom she had two sons, Peter and Eli. Both inherited her creative spirit, with Peter becoming a novelist and screenwriter, and Eli carving out his place as an actor and filmmaker. Though her marriage to Craig ended in divorce in 1975, motherhood became one of the most grounding and fulfilling roles of her life. Her most high-profile romance came in the late 1970s with Burt Reynolds. They were one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples, starring together in films like Smokey and the Bandit and The End. Though their relationship ended, Reynolds often admitted that Sally was the love who got away. In 1984, she married producer Alan Greisman, and they welcomed her third son, Sam. In 1987, Field openly supported Sam when he came out as gay, becoming an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. Despite the end of that marriage in 1994, her devotion to her three sons has remained a constant dot as she grew older. Field became increasingly candid about her life's struggles. In her memoir In Pieces, she spoke openly about the depression and emotional turbulence she endured as a teenager. She described an inner urgency, a restless anxiety that haunted her as she searched for identity and purpose. This vulnerability and honesty, both on and off screen, are what have made Sally Field so deeply admired by fans. It's this same candor that led her, at 78, to speak about Robin Williams with heartbreaking honesty. The two crossed paths most memorably in 1993 while filming Mrs. Doubtfire. On screen, they were the ex-spouses who bickered, bantered, and loved in their own complicated way. Their chemistry was undeniable, and Field later admitted it was because their connection wasn't just acting. There was something real, an affection and intimacy that went deeper than their roles. Yet Field was clear, "I really loved him, but it wasn't like a romance. It was more complicated than that." She remembered Robin as a whirlwind of energy, his mind constantly racing with ideas, jokes, and bursts of genius that left everyone around him breathless. Robin was exhausting in the best way, she said. He'd make you laugh until your stomach hurt, and then, suddenly, he'd say something so tender it broke your heart. To Field, that was his essence, the clown and the poet, the lightning storm and the quiet calm, all wrapped into one extraordinary soul. But she also admitted she saw something else in him, a sadness he carried like a shadow. Even in his brightest moments, she sensed the pain lingering beneath. Now, with years of reflection behind her, Field confesses she regrets not saying the things she wished she had. She wonders if Robin ever truly knew how loved he was, not just by the world, but by those closest to him. "I miss him terribly," she said, "and I wish I had told him more." Her words are filled with both grief and gratitude. Grief for the conversations left unfinished, gratitude for the rare closeness they shared. By finally speaking about Robin Williams, Sally Field has given the world not just another story about a beloved actor, but a lesson in honesty, vulnerability, and the fleeting nature of time. Her reflections remind us all to speak our truths before it's too late, to cherish the people who bring light into our lives even when we sense their shadows. At 78, Sally Field continues to inspire, not only with her extraordinary career, but with her willingness to bare her heart and remind us of the fragile, beautiful humanity we all share.